In today's automotive environment, there's a lot of uncertainty about who will be around next week, next month, or next year. One thing's for sure, Grau Chevrolet will be here to service your automotive needs. The service department and staff are not only factory trained, but you've come to know as part of the community. They'll gladly perform a visual inspection of your vehicle and let you know what needs to be done now or can wait until later. Trust your automotive investment to the people you know and trust at Grau Chevrolet. Call or stop by Grau right now.
It's Grau right now.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butter Burger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Sports fans. Welcome back. Today we have some special guests on here with us. The 2026 State Runners-Up here from Mount Pulaski High School girls, and Jan Bowers.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
So you brought these young ladies over here. They had one crazy exciting season. Even as Lincoln fans, I think 3/4, if not all, the town was tuned in. Most of Logan County, to be honest, we had just so much fun tracking you guys through the season, and especially there at the end in the state tournament. Can you tell us a little bit about it, Jen?
Sure can. I was very fortunate to have all of these girls except Ella, who is the freshman in class, and I'm going to tell you right away that they're great students as well as great basketball players. So they'd put as much work in the classroom as they do on the court. So we have several of the players here. We're missing two of the varsity, which we'll mention their names here in just a bit. But again, these ladies are the Class 1A state runner-up in Illinois for 2026. So congratulations to you guys. It was quite a ride, wasn't it? Yeah, and I know that this quest began, so I've talked with you quite a bit about this, but it actually started last year. So Allison, you've talked to me about this. When did you guys know that you wanted to run to the Redbird?
Whenever we lost to Roanoke, it kind of hurt us all, and then that gave us motivation to come in this season and to want to continue our season longer than just the regional championship.
And I didn't realize you guys only lost by 2 points to Roanoke last year in the regional championship.
Yep.
So, Elena, I'm going to move to you, and I'm going to go have you guys introduce yourself in just a minute. But tell me what you guys decided after that game. What was your motivation of practice and work that you were going to do in the next season?
We just knew we needed to put in more effort, more hours, and just work hard and be a team all the time and just really focus on the little things and put our best foot forward every day. Okay, so we'll take down the path of what happened here, but let's go ahead and meet everybody right now. So if you guys will introduce yourselves, tell what year you are, you guys, you're seniors, and what your plans are going to be. And I want you to tell what is something that you're going to remember about
the journey that you had. It could be a game. It could be something that you guys do on the bus, something in the locker room, a certain play of the game. So each of you just come up with something that was very special to you about this season.
My name is Allison Murphy, and I'm a senior this year. And I plan to go to Lakeland College to play basketball and become a dental hygienist or get in the dental hygiene program. And then a favorite memory that I have is probably the bus rides over there, and of course being in state, like, it was a huge thing. But most importantly, like, these girls have made it so much fun.
Now, do you have any shout outs to anybody? You want to give any kudos to anybody?
Definitely my family, because my family was a huge part of this, and my brother Lane did a lot of scouting for me and like told me what I could do better and how to improve my game. And yeah, he kind of like led me through the whole postseason. And then my mom and dad were just there supporting. Same with my other brother Dustin, and they were all just amazing.
So you had a brother that was critiquing you, and you took that.
Yes.
Huh.
Yep.
I don't know how that really would work in my family. You said favorite moment was riding around on the bus. Was there a favorite game or something that happened in the game?
Probably Brown County overtime. That was pretty fun. Whenever Audrey, wherever she is, hit the 3, that was pretty cool.
Had a few people at State talking about that game, actually.
So
cool.
You're saying Audrey's 3, which was amazing, the first 3 of overtime, right? But how did we get to overtime? What 3 got us to overtime, right? That was your 3 that you hit. And we'll get back to that. We'll talk about each of those games, but you had a crucial 3, and yes, I absolutely loved your 3 to start the overtime.
You want me to go?
Yes.
Okay. My name's Elena Martin, and I'm a senior. I plan to go to Lincoln Land Community College to be a nurse. And my favorite memory from this season was probably just like first stepping on the floor at Redbird and doing like warm-ups in the first few minutes of the game. It was like a surreal feeling. It was crazy. But and also just being, like Allison said, with this team and having an amazing community. Just, yeah.
Was there something in the pregame that kind of stood out or maybe was recorded and people have viewed over and over?
Yeah, we do like this little chant thing in the locker room where we get around the circle. We like sway back and forth when we turn the lights off. But it's kind of weird. But I mean, we did it for every single game, and yeah, it got recorded, and yeah, it was just we did every single game. It was like routine. But
very cool. Shout out to anybody?
Yeah, my family, specifically my mom. She always gives me advice and tells me how to improve and do my best every single game.
All right. And what was your biggest moment of the year that you remember? Or maybe even not even, you're a senior, right?
Yeah.
What was your biggest moment of your basketball career that you felt?
Probably going to state.
Going to state.
This year, yeah. It was a crazy feeling.
Pretty big deal.
Pretty big deal,
Yeah.
yes, especially a senior year. Yeah, that by far was probably the best memory.
And going out on the floor the first time, seeing, I mean, it's so open when you get on that stage, right? How was those feelings? We're like, whoo,
Yeah.
this is big.
Yeah, just like going out and seeing all the people in the stands and like the bright lights and everything and just the big court, it was crazy, but it was an awesome feeling.
And how did it feel for all you girls? How did it feel seeing that crowd there specifically for you guys? I mean, really, I think Pulaski's crowd looked as strong as any crowd that was there for the whole weekend. So, I mean, it was pretty awesome and from the stands' point of view.
Yeah, I was a little scared, I'm not scared, but nervous and a little anxious before the game. But then whenever I saw all of our fans there, that kind of helped me calm down and realize that I had a lot of support here and we all have support here. So there's no reason to be anxious or scared because they'll be proud no matter what.
And the student section definitely turned out for you guys too. They were a bunch of fun down there, so they did a good job as well.
Yeah.
Who we have here?
I'm Olivia Smith. I'm a sophomore. Do I need to say like my plans?
No.
Also, okay.
As a sophomore, that's going to change.
Yeah. I would say my favorite memories are just our stuff that we did postseason. Like our dinners that we did were really fun at one of our players, Claire Bubbles' house, and just like being on the bus during postseason, listening to the music was really fun.
Was the Jan said you guys were going to come on here and sing a song together. I don't know which one that is, but was there a song on the bus that you guys sang quite a bit?
Oh.
I didn't say that. Was there a song, you guys? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's a bit explicit. Yeah.
Don't worry, Lloyd can bleep anything out.
Yeah.
Do you have any shout-out to anybody?
My family mostly for always being at the games. I've always had family at the games. They haven't missed one. And then all these girls for having me play this year, because I wasn't going to play, but then they all convinced me to, and I'm really glad.
Wow. So you guys had to pull her in, huh? Nice recruiting job.
Yes, I'm going to mention that the Beast is quite a very good volleyball player as well.
I can see that.
A very good volleyball player. So all of you fans out there, not only basketball fans, but come out and watch the volleyball team next year because they'll be very good as well.
All right, who we have back here?
I'm Audrey Cooper. I'm a junior.
Oh. There should be a button on the side of it.
I think is it on now? Yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
I'm Audrey Cooper, and I'm a junior. And I would say one of my favorite memories from this season was obviously going to state. That was a great opportunity that not a lot of people can say that they have, experienced, let alone the state championship. That was also an amazing experience. But also on the way to games, this started, I think, in like super sectionals maybe. We were singing Dixieland Delight on the way to games. And Claire Boble is one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. And after, I think it's like whitetail, it's like talking about deer and how they're like munching on something. And then after that, you know how like there's like the special version where you like say stuff after, and then after that she just goes munch, munch, munch. And I don't know, that was just the funniest thing ever. And we all we just carried that on to the rest of the season. So I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, also just like being with the team in the locker room, at state and everything, it was just an awesome experience. We all have a great bond, and I think that's just gotten stronger throughout the whole season. And I'm just proud of everyone. And I like to give a shout out to my family for being there. Sometimes at like home games, I'll look up and they sit up at the top. They're just filling up the whole row. I'm like, I love my family. And then I also would like to give a shout out to my grandpa. He guided me through this up in heaven and kept us protected, kept us safe from injuries for the most part. And I just want to say thank you to him and thank you to all of our viewers.
All right. Who we got here?
Hi, I'm Addison Brown. I'm a junior. One of my favorite memories was definitely the bus rides in the locker room, but one thing for me personally is that before every game during the national anthem, I say the same prayer over and over again, and I think that just really starts my game and like gets me going. And for a shout out, I shout out to my dad. He's the assistant coach, which kind of sucks sometimes as we do argue a lot, but without him, I don't think I'd be like such a good player as I am, and he just keeps my game going and just keeps me out of my head, and I really appreciate him.
Very good.
I'm Ella Martin. I'm a freshman, and I think going to state is definitely something I'll remember, but the way these girls supported me coming in as a freshman is something I'll definitely remember forever, because coming in and they just supported me from day one, were always lifting me up, and yeah, it was just amazing to have that support system from the girls.
Awesome. Shout out to anybody?
My family, they supported me through it all.
And you're a freshman, so you probably have your life planned out, I'm assuming right now.
Oh,
yeah. Jan's got some good kids here. I know that we're a few short, but there's a Johnston kid that's not here, and I'm kind of disappointed by that.
The other varsity players that saw quite a bit of time during the season, Claire Boble, and Piper Tyson had other commitments and were unable to be here, but they were very crucial to your success throughout the season. Claire, unfortunately, had another knee injury, and so she was not able to play in the postseason, but they were very critical to the entire year and the accomplishments that these guys had. And I'm going to give a shout out to your coaches, Coach Ryan McVickers, who has just done an awesome job here. He is the son of the legendary Carrie McVickers, but I think Ryan is going to make himself a legend as well.
Making a name for himself.
He's got himself going there. I think now I think
he's off today. What's he doing? He's coaching or watching one of his kids?
I think watching.
His daughter is playing, yes, in her first game. And his record now, I believe, is 139 and 38.
It's a good start.
A very good start.
Good
so
start.
A huge shout out to Coach. And I'll tell you what, he is such a hard worker as a coach. He puts in hours and hours and hours of watching film and preparing the scouting report and the game plan for these girls. And I know that you guys appreciate that, and you follow to a T of everything that he would have for you. You guys would not be here if you hadn't been able to execute what he planned for you guys, because on paper, you guys should not have been where you were, but his plan and your execution and your hard work is what got you there. So great job by Coach McVickers. And then Coach Heidi Ziener, who is a chemistry teacher at the high school. And tell us what she brought different to you guys this year that made a huge difference.
I think really just being on our butts. Like, she was on us about all the little things.
Like what?
Which, boxing out,
Thank
rebounding.
you very much. That's
She's
what I'm gonna
very
go
big on
with.
defense, and I think our defense really have improved in the past couple years with Ziener. So she really is such a good teacher and is amazing at teaching us how to rebound and box out for sure.
You know what? As a fan that didn't watch you all season long, but got to see you in the tournament and whatnot, that's something I noticed. You guys were undersized, pretty much in both games, really, in the state. And you really, you really pulled off a ton of rebounds. You were all over the place. But, I mean, really, your whole team was really focused in on that, and that was a big deal for them. If they didn't have that, I don't think you would have been there, to be honest.
Absolutely. And I know that's what Coach Ziener brought to the team. She was a standout high school player for Seeger High School in Indiana, and also played college and coached as well. So she actually started as a volunteer coach when she first came, and then moved in and became a regular coach. But I know what she stressed was defense and rebounding. And from watching the teams over the past years, that's what I thought was really lacking to get you guys up and over where you needed to be. So great shout out to Coach Ziener and what she brought to you guys in your defense and rebounding. I had one of my former players who actually coached at DMAC, and she came to the game, and so I said, you better not be cheering for them. So she didn't wear a DMAC shirt, but she actually texted me in the middle of the game, and she goes, the more this game goes on, she goes, I'm rooting for Mount Pulaski. So she kind of switched over, and she said it's because all they do is they play with grit and determination. They're out rebounding teams that are much bigger than them. They play hard defense, and that is a great compliment to you guys. That is recognized by people out there for what you guys did with that. The other coach, as Addie mentioned, was her father, Chris Brown, who came on, and he did a great job and helped and support. Tell a little bit about what you guys did over the summer to get you ready for this season.
Every weekend, Dad's like, let's go shoot. We got to go shoot, every day. I'm like, okay, whatever. But he's always trying to push us and, getting me to go shoot. But also not just my shooting. He makes me go run in the court, down and back, suicides multiple times. I'm like, okay, Dad, why are you making me do this? But it really does help my game, and just keeping me calm and dribbling. That's one thing he really focuses on with me, is dribbling, because I always rely on Audrey to do all of that. So he really pushes me in the gym all summer long.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the road to Redbird. Okay, first of all, anybody who is playing girls basketball have one word in mind, and that's Redbird. And that's what you guys had at the beginning of the season. So you started off fantastic. Really didn't have a lot of challenges. You had a close game with Litchfield, I believe. You run the Maroa Invitational early in the season. And then comes along the Riverton tournament, which you guys won. What was so special about that final game?
Yeah, we beat Roanoke.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the team that got you in regionals, you came back and beat. You guys played phenomenal. I was at that game. Started off a little rough. They got ahead of you, and you guys just settled in and got the job done. And I believe we had several players on the all-tournament team. Who was on the all-tournament team? Raise your hands if you're on the all-tournament team at Riverton. Yeah, we had and we had MVP here in Allison. So what an accomplishment that we had 4 people on the all-tournament team there in Riverton. But we got that win back against Roanoke, which was very important. Mm-hmm. So all along in the season, we're going long and we're undefeated. So I remember doing the Lady Railer games, and I said, Jay, I need to get a shout-out to the Mount Pulaski girls. They're 17-0. They're undefeated. They're 18-0. They're undefeated. Now they're the only team that are undefeated in Class 1A. And then I'm thinking, I don't want to jinx them. So we're 25-0 when we meet who?
Clinton.
Clinton. Okay, so Clinton is a very good team. They're a 2A team. We're 1A team. So we knew it was going to be a good game. Did you know they were going to play you in a box and one?
Yeah, McVick gave me a pretty strong idea the day before in practice. He was like, I'm pretty sure they're going to box and one you. And then at school, I heard talk that they were for sure going to box and one me. So, yeah.
And that was a great move by their coach. It definitely disrupted the normal flow that we have offensively, and we took the loss in that game. So Audrey, you and I talked a little bit after that, and share what your thoughts were about that loss and what it did for you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed in myself. I didn't take I took one shot. I took a half-court shot because it was the end of the quarter. But I didn't take a single shot that whole game. And, it would have made a difference if I did take shots during that game to pull the defense off of Allie and Addison and all our scorers to try to open up some new opportunities. But we talked, and, I decided that I'm going to have to start, taking those chances and putting myself outside my comfort zone for the success of our team. So next game, I took a lot more shots than I usually do. I don't know the exact number, but I stepped outside my comfort zone, and I think, honestly, from there throughout the rest of the season, I really tried to take more shots when I had a shot and stuff like that, make that adjustment.
So you had mentioned that you thought that was probably a good thing you lost because it took some of the pressure off of you guys?
Yeah, for sure, that too. It helped us realize what we need to work on for sure, because if you just keep winning every single game, you don't really know what you need to work on. I mean, obviously you can pick out little things, but nothing drastic enough to make a difference in your team. So that loss to Clinton was definitely, an undefeated season would have been great, but at the same time, we want to improve and be better moving up to Redbird. So that was, yeah.
And I think it did just that. I think
for sure.
it took a lot of just relief off of you guys. I don't know if you felt the pressure. Probably underneath you really did.
Yeah.
But I know in talking with Coach McVickers that he actually talked with you and Olivia about the need to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So, Olivia, you also had a little other motivation to take shots in the game. Share with us what that motivation was.
Well, for the whole first half of this season, I never really shot at all. And Miss Bowers was always on me like, you have to shoot, you have to shoot. And then she finally said if I shot, then our whole class would get high chews. And then that next game, I shot the most I ever did, and I scored the most points I ever did. And then, yeah.
If we'd only known that the high chews were going to be the motivation, yes. And so I was at that game, and the first time you touched the ball, I don't remember if it was a pass inside or if it was a rebound, and up you went with it. And I said, oh, okay. And the second time, you did the same thing. And I look over, and the entire bench of the players that are in that class are all standing up high-fiving, and they're all 2 shots, because you just had to take 2 shots. I said, didn't even have to make them, just 2 shots, and the whole class will get high chews. And yes, you scored 7 points in that game. You got fouled several times. You had 2 baskets and made 3 out of 4 free throws, and that was the start to your shooting career. So high chews. I had when we were at the celebration on the Sunday when we got done, and parents are coming out there. What is with these high chews? What is the story behind that? So now everybody knows the story behind the high chews. So.
Hence the nickname Beast.
And the Beast, yes, the Beast came from class also. I always said so. The first game I went, and I don't take this the wrong way, but I thought you played a little bit soft. Even though it was your first time back playing, you hadn't played as a freshman. I thought you were a little soft, and so if you remember, because you never say a word, but that was the biggest smile you had on your face when I came up and I said, you need to play like a beast. And then I said that every time in class, didn't I? You need to play like a beast. And by golly, the beast was born, because you were an absolute beast on the boards, on defense, and I'll talk a little bit about that as we get into the other games, but a very good job there. So, Addie, I'm going to give you a shout-out right now as being really, we have a lot of people that can shoot threes, but that was really the primary responsibility that you had for the team, was to draw in the defense to stop your threes, and most of the time they couldn't. So again, you talked about your dad helping you out with that, but I know that's something that is a lot of pressure to know that you're the one that has to shoot the threes. So how did you handle that?
I know I have to shoot. That's my role, and just keeping calm and actually shooting the ball instead of waiting and kind of slowing down. Just keep on shooting. Like Allison, if I miss a couple, she knows I'm in my head, and she's like, "You got to stop. You're gonna keep on shooting. You're a shooter." And I ended the season with 95 threes. That's my thing. So just keep on shooting is really big for me.
Yes, and it was huge for the team. That opened up other players to be able to score because they had to guard you at the 3. So.
Yeah, back with like the Clinton, with Allison getting box and 1, I knew I had to step up, and I did. I got them out of that box and 1 so Allison can play her real game. And that's just one thing I'm really proud of, is being able to get the box and 1 out so Allison can play her game.
All right, so we're no longer undefeated, and again, we didn't really have that many teams that were as strong, but then we came up against Illini Bluffs. It was a home game. They had beat us at Illini Bluffs the year before. They were ranked ahead of us in the state. They were in the top 4 at the time, and we were actually cruising. Third quarter, we're up by 12, and all of a sudden, they put on a full court press. And that's probably, to my knowledge, the first time that you had really seen a good full court press, and it rattled us. And they came back and took the lead. But then we were able to kind of gather ourselves, and kudos to you, Audrey, because you're such a good ball handler that you finally were able to break that press. But the key in that game, do you remember what the key in that game was? Do you remember what happened? Allison got the ball at the opposite free throw line and weaved your way in and got a layup at the end that put us up. And that was incredible that you were able to come back and get your poise back. But again, Audrey, so huge there, and all of you guys as ball handler contributed. But it took a while to figure that out. And talking with Coach afterwards, then you guys kind of worked and he at least prepared a little bit more for what you guys could do against a full court press. So it was really good that you saw that before the tournament happened and were prepared for that. So I thought that was a huge key moving forward until we got into the tournament. So let's talk about regionals. Not really much there. No. Really didn't have any competition. And then we get into sectionals, and the first game was against, who was it? Hume Shiloh. And again, not really much competition there. And then we come up against Cumberland, Toledo Cumberland. And that was a good game. So they're 2-star players, point guard, post player. Excellent post player. Hence comes in the beast. Okay? And so you were challenged to front that player. And I've not seen anybody work harder against players that are you are outsized against than yourself. So tell me what coach told you, what the game plan was for you going against that star player for Toledo.
It was just to basically not let her touch the ball, especially down low. And if she does get in front of me, then I need to quickly get around her. Because once she gets the ball down low, I mean, she's a good player. She's going to find a way to score, kick it out to somebody who can shoot a 3.
So as important it was for you to be in front of her, we had behind Elena and Addie, who also had to be the backside defense. And a lot of people don't recognize the importance of that, but your guys' defense down low was huge. We saw the beast and how hard she works in there, but sometimes that goes unnoticed of what you guys do. It really was so important of the backside defense that you guys played. So is that something else that Coach Zener talked about, or how did you prepare for the defense that you needed to do?
I feel like we kind of usually know to just cover backside, but we knew that for this girl specifically that we had to really lock up on defense and make sure we were being extra disciplined that game and really covering for weak side and behind and just really seeing where she was every time and, yeah, just staying disciplined for that.
Okay, so we ended up winning that game 37-36, but it was a close game back and forth, okay? And there were some key plays in that game. Do we remember what those were? So, Elle Martin, tell us about what you did when you came in towards the end of that game.
We were down, and it was a timeout, and McVick looked at me and told me that I had to go in and shoot the ball and stop being so hesitant about it, because earlier in the season, I was hesitant to shoot. And Elena came in through the lane and kicked it out to me, I think, and I shot it, and I knew, I made it, and I just knew that was a shot that I had to take.
So it was a three-pointer that tied the game.
Was it 3 or 2?
Was it only 2?
I think
maybe they only
2.
called it 2, but it did tie the game, if I remember correctly. So you came in off the bench to give the Beast a rest and some of the other players a rest when necessary. And as a freshman, did you feel that, or did you just know it's what I've always done, I just am going to play?
I think earlier in the season I felt it, but as we moved through, I knew these girls were there to support me, and I got a lot more comfortable towards the end.
Very good. So there was another basket that you made in that game that was just as crucial, and that was a basket or a layup. I don't remember exactly how it happened. If it was off an inbound or somebody gave you a pass, but that was one of the most athletic plays I've seen, because you were like a contortionist in there and were able still to put the ball in the basket. And that was as important as that basket you did that tied the game. I remember when you tied the game, I said, "Are you kidding me?" Because your brother told me you never shoot from outside.
Yeah.
And sure enough, you hit that. Down the stretch, Allison, in every game we played down the stretch, you were huge on free throws. And you did it in that game as well, and you hit free throws down the stretch, which really put us ahead and allowed us to win that game. So tell us about, have you always just worked on free throws, or it just comes natural, or tell us about your confidence in shooting free throws.
Honestly, I just went up to the line, and I just didn't even think about it, because I knew if I thought about it, then it probably wouldn't have went in. So I just went up to the line, and I just shot out of like muscle memory, I guess, and it went in. But I knew the more that I thought about it, the more I would more than likely not make it. So I just went in there and was like...
And they did try to ice you. They did call timeouts and try to ice you. So this would probably be a good time for us to talk about the accomplishment that you made this year in scoring over 2,000 points. So I think you finished with 2,173. You are now the second all-time leading scorer for Mount Pulaski history. Skylar Hayes, I believe, is number one with around 2,400. But tell us about that moment when you scored your 2,000th point.
Yeah, it was definitely crazy. My brother Lane, he had, I think, like a 1,400 around there. And I knew coming in high school, my main goal was just to beat him, because he was always on me, and I was like, I just need to beat him. And then once I did beat him, he was always the first one to be like, yeah, here's how many points you got, like, come on. And whenever I got it, it was just a huge accomplishment, and I mean, it was just great, and I knew it wouldn't have been possible without the work of them and these girls especially.
Yeah, so you're as good a player as the teammates around you, and they were fantastic for you. They fed you the ball. They knew where you wanted to get the ball, what you were capable of doing. So kudos to all of you guys in helping her to reach that goal of 2,000 points. So our next game, am I okay? Do I need to take a break here? Do we need to do anything? I'm sorry, I'm just on a roll. You know I like to talk basketball.
Yeah, now we're going to take a break, let our sponsors get their time in, and we'll be right back.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Shop local.
Shop local. Shop local.
We've all heard the messages, shop local. But if you're a local business, do you advertise local? We're WLCN, your local FM radio station. And all those reasons for shopping local, like contributing to the local economy and working with local individuals who live, work, and spend right here, those same things apply to WLCN. We're the radio station publicizing upcoming fundraisers for local community groups, interviewing local individuals about local issues on locally produced programs, and offering live video streams of local events. But the only way we can provide such programming is through advertiser support. So before you hop online to catch the latest trend and deal with folks based in who knows where, find out what WLCN can do for you. Email us at advertise@WLCNonline.com or call 217-648-5510 to learn more. Support the local economy. Be sure to shop local. And if your business wants to reach a local audience, be sure to advertise local.
In today's automotive environment, there's a lot of uncertainty about who will be around next week, next month, or next year. One thing's for sure, Grouse Chevrolet will be here to service your automotive needs. The service department and staff are not only factory trained, but you've come to know as part of the community. They'll gladly perform a visual inspection of your vehicle and let you know what needs to be done now or can wait until later. Trust your automotive investment to the people you know and trust at Grouse Chevrolet. Call or stop by Growl right now.
It's Growl right now.
Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
This is Weird Al Yankovic, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, Jim, Lloyd, and Shabadoo on 96.3 FM, WLCN.
On beat.
Roll toppers.
Perfect.
Can't say the rest
So
of
I was hoping Jim was going to play it, but you got to just let him do his job. So see what happens. We're back. I got Jan Batters here and the Mount Pulaski State Tournament team here. And Jan?
You want to talk about? You had some messages that you want to talk about?
We got some random messages from some listeners, and they wanted to know specifically Audrey's pregame meal, your go-to pregame meal, I guess. Oh, Jim's got you hot.
Okay, so pregame meal. So usually around noon, I'll text my mom because we like to call it in so I can pick it up after school so I can get back to the bus or whenever we need to be back at the school for our game. But I go to the Market on the Hill in Mount Pulaski, get a sandwich, white bread, extra salami, lettuce, American cheese, onion, and mayo on my sandwich. And then I usually have like an electrolyte drink or like a water because I had an illness in the fall, so I have to make sure I stay hydrated and everything so that doesn't come back and I can keep playing basketball. So that's my pregame meal.
Fantastic.
Oh, and a chocolate chip cookie.
Oh, very nice. I was at Market on the Hill earlier this week and had a breakfast sandwich there that was unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really
like,
good.
Didn't know that those things even existed in this place, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna happen at least once a week now. So, got plans to drive over there. All right, anybody else have pregame meals that you want to speak on?
I actually have mine in my hand. So I drink a Starbucks refresher almost before every game, and it's just so good. I love them so much.
How does this get produced? I mean, a Starbucks refresher means you have to go somewhere out of town to get these.
Usually I text Dad because Dad works at home sometimes. I'm like, Dad, you got to go get me an Ella because Ella also gets one. You have to go get us our Starbucks, like you got to. And he's like, all right. Or Ella's mom, she's always running to get us Starbucks too, so our parents are the ones that give it to us. But.
Shout outs to dad and moms out there for bringing the Starbucks. What about you?
Any other routines or anybody superstitious? Anything that you do special before a game?
Me and Liv, my mom goes to 7 Brew, and she gets me and Liv, what is it? A pink paradise. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Y'all have to make some traveling plans to get the pregame going.
Yes. Big E, anything for you?
I always eat chocolate. Yeah.
Any specific chocolate?
Usually Hershey Kisses or M&Ms too, but any type of chocolate really.
Any flavor M&Ms?
Any what?
Any flavor of the M&Ms?
I really like the peanut butter ones, but also the peanut and regular ones. There's like a big box of them you can buy, and it has them all mixed together.
Yeah,
so
we've got those over here actually.
Yep, you can get a little bit of everything, and yeah, those are my go-to.
So, Audrey, I just want to know, is your strategy of the onion is so that the players don't want to guard you that night?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll go with that. Yeah.
That'd be enough to keep me away from you, that's for sure.
Well, I chew a piece of gum, so it kind of masks that. So.
Okay.
Sure, hang on.
Uh-oh. Looks like we have a caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Who are we speaking to?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go. Maybe. And we got you? Oh.
I'm still here.
Okay, how can we help you?
Hi, Lady Hilltoppers.
Hi. I know who this is.
Yep, sounds familiar.
Hey, thanks for taking an old man on the state tournament ride. I been doing this for over 50 years, and it was certainly a pleasure with the purple and gold. Love all you girls. You made it all exciting.
Well, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you so much doing what you have done for us.
Yeah.
Who am I talking to?
Allison Murphy.
Allison Murphy, number 2.
Yep, number 2.
All right. Let's see. The Beast is number 21.
12.
And
Beast is 12. The Beast is number 12.
Oh, well, I got to switch there. Sorry.
Yes.
Brown's 3.
0.
0.
I'm messing up that. Okay.
This is why I kept the scorebook.
Well, I'm driving to my grandson's basketball game in East Peoria, so I'm messing up here.
So
Bob,
what was your favorite memory? What was your favorite memory of the tournament? We started in at the Super Sectional. What was your favorite memory?
Yeah, the sound of the crowd there at Arcola, it was even more intense. You know, I'm glad that we had the crowd behind us at Redbird, but if you re-listen to that game, it's even louder. You know, you can hear everybody cheering. You know, that makes the broadcast just the extra effects. It's like that.
Absolutely. So, again, we're going to thank WLCN for allowing us to do the games. The girls, I was doing the Lady Railer games, and I said, oh, boy, I would love to do one of your games. And then suddenly it happened when you got to Super Sectional that WLCN called and asked Bob and I if we would be willing to do the games. And we want to thank you, and I think that was special for you guys as well.
Yeah.
So that was exciting. So thank you for that. And I know that the fans were appreciative because then those who couldn't come were able to listen. We had so many people listening in. It was unbelievable. Really, everybody just jumped on the bandwagon, not only the Mount Pulaski community, but the Lincoln community and surrounding community as well. So you guys were a hot commodity and a hot item right there. So, again, thank you to WLCN for doing that. Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in there.
For sure, yeah. When Jim texted me, I thought St. Peter had called me in early. I couldn't believe it. And then, yeah, it was just a blast. So who, you got everybody there? You got Audrey and...
Yes, we got the rooster. We've got the rooster here.
Got the rooster.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have
And you got,
the 5 starters, and then Ella, our super sub off the bench, are all here today.
oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, it was a great time, and I know you ladies will go on in life to do great things. That's the main thing, getting your education, of course. Sound like an old man, huh? Like a father or a grandpa. Well, I know you're sitting there with the Hall of Famer. Jan played on a good team.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was fortunate.
So did she bring her treats for you?
I did not. I didn't bring any high chews today, did I? Oh my goodness, I
Miss
should have.
Jones.
I know, I should have.
Oh man,
We'll forgive
that's
it
going to
this
go
one.
on your permanent record, Jan.
I know, yes.
So where are you broadcasting from, Jake's?
Yes, we are.
All right, cool.
Mhm.
Couldn't do it without Jake.
Well, Bobby, I figured
And,
we'd
I
be
guess-
seeing you in here live today, but
Pardon me?
I figured we'd see you live today.
Oh, well, I'm heading to another basketball game, so
All right, either that or
Grant-
either that or swimming. You
grandson
keep
plays
yourself
on-
busy.
all-star team up East Peoria against. Well, he's from Springfield. They're playing against East Peoria teams.
They're very good. Well, thanks,
Of course,
Bobby.
he's got Madurpa blood in him, so you know he's a good basketball player.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know, well, thanks for having me on, and I'll see you whenever I see you. Maybe
Bob.
we'll go on the tournament ride again next year.
Yes, I hope so. And thanks for all you do, Bob. I always enjoy working with you on the radio. You're fantastic to work with.
Well, we had a great product in those ladies.
Yes, we did.
That you're sitting there with.
All right, thanks,
All
Bob.
right,
Enjoy the
see y'all-
game.
See you out on the rebounds and hit your free throws, and you'll win.
Hey, Audrey, I had another message in here wanting you to talk about your illness that you had, actually, and bring
Well,
some awareness to it.
This fall, I thought it would be a good idea to join cross country, get in condition shape for basketball. This was also at the same time during volleyball, so I was balancing that back and forth. I'd have cross country practices at 6 in the morning, do that, run. Then I'd go to school, and then I'd have volleyball practice in the evenings, and I'd go home and work on homework, and I'd be up super late, wasn't sleeping very much, and I wasn't practicing cross country a lot. I wasn't running as often as I probably should have, but that was because I was going through volleyball and, I was busy. So I wasn't able to go to any cross country meets for the whole first half of the cross country season. And I was finally able to go to one. I was so excited. I was like, I can finally run. I was so excited. I ran my race. I PR'd. I got 5th place in the entire race. And then everything seemed fine. And then after the race, I started mumbling. I couldn't really just interpret anything. My brain was just kind of spinning around, and I couldn't walk. I was bawling all over the place. We get to the car. I started settling down, but I was breathing really heavy. My mom was with me. My grandma was with me. They were all trying to settle me down. And we were in the car. I had a headache. I have a history of migraines, so I just thought I was getting a migraine. I asked for an Excedrin because that's what I like to take. And then we were going to get dinner. So I asked if I could have an Excedrin since I was going to get dinner. And then that's when everything kind of fell off. And that's the last thing I remember. And I kept repeating, I need an Excedrin because I'm going to eat. I need an Excedrin because I'm going to eat. I kept repeating that, and then I just passed out. I passed out. I don't remember any of this. This is off the stories my mom tells me, my grandma tells me. Then I gain consciousness again for the most part. I lose feeling on the whole right side of my body. Can't feel my fingers, can't feel my toes, can't move anything. My face is numb. So we call my cross-country coach, and then we're just past Meridian High School, so we stop there, see the trainer. He settles me down a little bit. I do remember going to Meridian because I passed out again at Meridian. I remember pulling in, seeing the soccer field. There was a soccer game going on. I remember passing out there, and I was just really scared, couldn't feel my face, couldn't feel my arm, couldn't feel anything. So we get there, the trainer suggests we go to the emergency room. So we went to the emergency room in Decatur, and I got admitted, and as soon as I went back there, they assessed me for a stroke. I had to get a CT scan, all of that.
Goodness.
We got the results back. It was not a stroke, anything like that. So I went back to my room. I got 2 bags of fluids. It turns out I had this condition called I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's for short. It's rhabdo. So it's
they sent me the actual word. I'm like, I can't say
I don't
that
even
on
know
the
how to
radio.
pronounce it, and I have it. So So I had that, and basically there was so the amino acids in my muscles were like creating toxins because they weren't able to like go anywhere. And the toxins were getting to like my brain and like spreading throughout my body, and that's what caused the losing feeling in my body. I got also it was because of like electrolyte imbalances, dehydration. I probably didn't eat the right things leading up to the race. I obviously didn't have the proper training for that either. So I went home, and then I had to go see my doctor immediately the next day, get blood work done. For the next 2 or 3 weeks, I had to get blood work done to make sure my levels were getting back to normal because my liver function was all out of whack because of the filtration of the acids and stuff. So I had to get a lot of blood work done, and I was out of volleyball for a really long time. I didn't get to play my whole fall softball season, and didn't think I'd be playing basketball, but I did, and we had an amazing run, so I'm really excited. Towards the beginning of the season, I didn't play a lot. My coach was really working on resting me, so I was actually able to play. There was only one game where I really had to come out because I just couldn't do it, and that was against Maroa Forsyth. I got the wind knocked out of me, and I just wasn't able to bounce back. And I mean, it still affects me this day. I'm not able to recover after games like I was before, but as long as I stay hydrated and eat properly, it makes a big difference. So it's definitely a challenge that I have to deal with, but it's also something that I've overcome. So, yeah.
Well, that's kind of amazing, actually. So now that actually kind of leads us something we were meaning to ask you girls. What other sports do you play? Because, I mean, being in a small school like that, generally speaking, you kind of want to wear as many hats as you can. So do you play, sounds like softball, volleyball?
Softball, volleyball, basketball. I did cross country last year, one meet. Probably not going to do that anymore. Miss Bauer's trying to get me to do golf. We'll see how that works. Got to try to convince my mom for that one. And I play softball year-round. So
yeah, absolutely.
I do volleyball and basketball. I did run track sophomore and freshman year, but I'm kind of leaving that behind.
Well, as your teammate showed you, running may not be the best thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, I mean, I can use this time to focus on basketball.
Or play some softball.
Probably not. I played it in grade school. I was a catcher.
Okay.
But I don't even think I could swing a bat now, so that's probably not going to happen.
Okay.
I play basketball and volleyball.
Okay.
I play basketball and then volleyball, and I play volleyball all year round for a club.
Okay.
I did basketball and volleyball, and then I did track last year and all through junior high, and I did softball in junior high.
Okay.
I do volleyball, basketball, and now I'm playing softball, which is the first time I played softball since 8th grade. But this year
You
I'm
waited
playing.
till your senior year to play
I did.
softball?
Yep.
And tell us what you did in your first game.
I hit a double.
And?
Had a kid.
And a triple.
And a triple in her first game.
Close to the cycle.
Yes.
I was gonna say double and a triple in a high school game.
Yes.
That's something you can write home about. So that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Well, they're good athletes, and as you said, at a small school, primarily you're going to play as many sports as you can, and these girls are very talented in everything that they do. So, again, come and watch them in all of the sports because they're fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Where else were we going with this? We're making our state
All right,
tournament
well,
run.
yes. So let's continue. We're now going to get to the championship of, to super sectional, and this is where we played Edwards County. And again, on paper, we were not supposed to win that game. They had 2 All-Staters. One of them was a 3-time All-Stater as a senior. She was an All-Stater sophomore, junior, and senior, and then another All-Stater. And one was a 6-foot guard, and one was their extremely good player on the inside. Again, coach had an extremely good game plan to try to stop the inside player, which relied heavily on the Beast to do what she does, and then the backup behind. But you guys on the outside also had to stop their big player inside. So we, after the game, I interviewed you, and I said, at what point did you know we were going to win the game? Do you remember what you told me?
Yeah, I said whenever we were down by,
7.
7.
Yeah. Who says they know they're going to win the game when they're down by 7? I'm thinking she's going to say when we had one of our players at the line, we went up by 4, was a 2-possession game. No, you told me down 7. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, when we were down by 7, well, we were down, I think, during halftime, and I looked at Chris and McVick, and I'm like, we're not winning. We're not losing this. And then we got down 7, and we made a shot, and I knew after that we were going to win. Like, I had no doubt in my mind that we weren't going to lose.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, whenever we were down 7, I was like, this is our time to go.
Yeah, and you guys started turning it on, and I'll tell you what, to me, was the most important point of that game. Edwards County has the ball possession, and they make a bad pass, and the pass goes over half court. So it's clearly going to be, there's Mr. Bob showing up, more important than the game he was going to.
Say his name and he appears. Right. Bobby V in the house, buddy.
Gotta go.
Keep moving. You can't hold him. You can only hope to contain him.
That's right. So anyway, they make a bad pass, and it goes on the other side of half court. And so their all-state guard is just kind of taking her time going there. And all of a sudden, you come shooting through, Allison comes shooting through, and get the ball and go down and score a layup. So they had no idea that was going to happen. They were just going to touch it. It was going to be an over and a back, and you came from nowhere, got that ball, and went for the and that just changed the tone right there. And away we went, and we ended up winning that game by 10 points. Down 7 in the third quarter, and we won that game by 10 points. Again, on paper, you guys weren't supposed to win, but you guys don't quit. Bob and I said that all year long. You have so much fight in you. Doesn't matter who you're playing, how good they're supposed to be, how big they're supposed to be. You guys just never quit. We just won super sectionals, and now we're going to Redbird. All right, first game, Brown County. On paper, you guys are not supposed to win that game. Again, they have the size. They have 6-footers, 2, 3, 6-footers. They have all of these players that make it look like they're going to win. So in that game, we were actually up. What were we? Let me find my notes here, if I can find
I was
it.
going to say, as a
Brown
fan
County.
during that game, you guys had a couple really good leads. It was almost like, I mean, to be honest, it felt kind of like you were dominating the game, and then you'd have a little laugh, be like, let's make this a little more challenging and let them back in.
Yeah, we were up 7 at the end of 3. And here they come, and they make some adjustments. They start putting some pressure on, and the next thing you know, they've got the momentum, and we can kind of see we're a little bit in shock. We're not sure what to do, and coach is trying to make adjustments. We're doing everything we can, but they're playing really well. And they take the lead, and not sure if you remember, I'm sure you do, they go to the line with a 3-point lead with 2 shots, and they miss both shots. And we come down, and this is where we had the unbelievable play, working the ball, and Allison takes it and makes a little step back, college 3-pointer, and ties the game. So now it's a tie game with, I think, 11.1 seconds left, and they're bringing the ball down, and they still have a chance for a shot. And do we remember what happened?
Audrey stole the ball.
Audrey stole the ball. And we go to overtime. And then what happens in overtime? First basket in overtime. Audrey hits the 3, and away we go. And we end up winning that game. But just as important in that game, we have the Beast just playing her heart out, as she always does, needs a little bit of a break, and Ella comes in. So the strategy of the other team is what? We got a freshman on the floor. They're going to foul her. Okay, so first 2 free throws, you miss. That's all right. That happens. They foul you again, and you hit both free throws, and that puts us up by 4. So now it's a 2-possession game. So those free throws were absolutely huge that you hit for us. And again, they did that on purpose. They were looking for the freshman to foul, and you came through for us. And then Elena got fouled and hit 2 free throws that sent it into a 3-possession game. And at that point, it was over, and you guys knew it, and you were celebrating. So what a comeback! What an amazing way to send that into overtime. But it was just pure effort on all of your parts. And again, if I remember, we out-rebounded them. They had 2, 3 6-footers on the team, and we out-rebounded them, which was just unbelievable. But you guys did that all season long. So again, what do we have? 5'9", and truly 5'6", maybe 5'7", and shorter, and we're out-rebounding teams that are 6-footers. So again, tremendous.
With the rebounding, every time Liv and I, the other team's shooting, we look at each other and we're like, let's go Shaq, because Liv's Shaq. And then she's like, let's go Dennis. And so we call each other Shaq and Dennis, and it's just so fun. We've been doing that since super sectionals, I think. And because McVick one day we're going, I think it was 3-on-3, and me and Liv are guarding each other, and he's like, oh, who's going to win, Shaq or Dennis?
Yes.
That's always an inside joke that we do, and that's really fun with doing jokes about rebounding, because since we're such a small team, being able to compare ourselves to those people.
Absolutely. And you guys do a tremendous job of rebounding. And Elena, you're also down low in the defense, and I think you do a tremendous job of rebounding. And then Audrey and and Allison, you guys shoot in as the guards and do what you do in the rebounds as well. And we were a good offensive rebounding team. Yeah, all season long, you guys are all over the offensive rebounds, and that is tremendous, again, for your size. And that made a difference throughout the entire tournament, is the number of second chance and third chance opportunities we had because you guys hit the boards so well. So congratulations there. Now that leads us into the championship game. Tell us the thoughts. Share your thoughts after the Brown County win. That had to be just an amazing feeling.
Well, I knew we were going to win that game since 8th grade. I've been waiting to get my revenge. We played them in the state qualifier or something like that. In junior high, it's different, but it was the first round of state, and if you lose, you get eliminated. So we were winning most of that game, I think, too. And then there in the fourth quarter, we kind of slipped, and we were down by 1 with like 12 seconds, maybe not even that much time. We're in bonus. I get fouled, go to the free throw line, miss my free throw. And this was before, like, it was the bonus where you get 2 shots. So I missed free throw. They get the rebound. We lose the game. That was really heartbreaking, but I knew from that point on, like, I was going to get my revenge someday, and it felt really good to get my revenge. And to bounce off what you said with the, like, kind of back and forth with the scoring, I think that the dynamic of the game changed a lot because Cassie got in foul trouble really early. So when they had her out of the game, that was a good opportunity for us to, bring our energy and take our advantage of that. But when they had both of them, I mean, they're just both amazing ball players. They work so well together, so it was really difficult to shut them down. And, I think we did a good job of it overall because we ended up bringing out the W.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'd forgot about that, but I did mention that on the broadcast, and I apologize that I told the world that you missed the free throw and you lost that game. But that was right when you made that 3 and put us up in overtime and got the steal and talked about that. So that's exactly, you guys had your revenge on them.
Yeah, like, I think Elena was shooting a free throw on me and Odd were at the half-court line, and she's like, we just got a revenge on them, like, before the game was over, and I was like, heck yeah, like, we're winning this. Like, it was fun.
You bet. I'm going to talk here before we get to DMAC, Elaine, a little bit about you. So going into the regional tournament in the last a couple games of the season, coming and watching, and I felt like you were struggling a little bit, and you weren't quite what you had been. And I thought, if Elena doesn't turn this on, then we're going to have trouble in the postseason. And right after the regional games, starting super sectional, you came back with the force. Not only offensive, but your defense has always been so good, and I don't know that people compliment you as much as they should on how good of a defensive player you are. But I thought you really came to life, and especially when it hit Redbird, you hit some crucial threes in both games, had some wonderful drives in those games, and I think the fact that you came out was a huge impact on the season, but I think you coming and getting back to where you are capable of playing in the postseason tournament, I think that was huge for us. Mm-hmm. So congratulations on what you did as well. Yeah, as a senior, you guys had to perform. And you did. I thought both of you really led the team, and these guys rely on you so much, but you rely on them as well. But I thought you guys had tremendous senior seasons.
Thank you.
So the DMAC game obviously didn't go the way it should have. The final score did not indicate at all what that game was. So we were down 9-4, I think, after 1, and then we came back and we had a 3-point lead at halftime, and then they had the 3-point lead, and then we just had a couple missed shots at the beginning of that last quarter, and they took advantage of that. But I'm going to tell you, the difference was their coach had to do so many adjustments to figure out how to get their star player in the game, and that's because you kept taking her out. Everywhere she moved her, you guys made adjustments and you stopped her. And it was finally in the second half when the coach realized she had to put their player, which was your teammate, in summer ball, right?
Yep.
Phenomenal player.
Yes.
By the way, she's a tremendous player, as are you, as are all of you guys. But the difference was that coach had to figure out what to do with their star player because you guys kept taking her out of the game. And finally, they put her inside, and unfortunately, we just couldn't combat what she was able to do inside. So I know we don't even want to talk about that fourth quarter, and that's not what's important. You guys got second in state. Unbelievable. So talk about that. Talk about what that meant to you, because we had a little conversation after the game, didn't we?
Yeah.
We don't have to go there if you don't want to.
I need to think of what I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. And truly, I know the feeling because we got second in state as well in 1978, and it hurts. It hurts. And I didn't realize how important it was that we got second in state, and I wanted to make sure that you guys realize that, and that's what I talked to you about. So do you know what you want to say?
No.
No. All right. Yeah. So again, it's not the fact that you lost last game. It's the fact that you got second in state, and that's what you needed to realize. And how many teams can say that? Exactly. So it was quite a run. It was a tremendous run. And again, everybody jumped on board and was thrilled to watch you guys play. So talk again about what that meant. What are you going to remember? What are you going to take away from this season? Let's start with you, Allison. As a senior, what are you going to take away from this season?
I'm going to take away probably the fact that so many people came out to support us and were behind us through the whole entire season. Like, from the beginning, even, like, at our away games, we had double the fans that the home team did. And that carried on through postseason and then to Redbird. Like, we had so many fans from not even just Pulaski, but from everywhere that just came out and supported us. And that really meant a lot to everybody on the team and motivated us tremendously. And yeah, it definitely felt amazing to have that support on our backs throughout the whole entire season.
Yeah, I agree. The support was amazing. Having all those people in the fans, they truly, like, we could feel their presence on the court while playing. It definitely had a huge impact on us. I'll probably always remember, like, just my relationship with all these girls and how we're just like exactly like a family, and I view all of them as like sisters, and we just always have so much fun together all the time, and it's just been a great experience.
I would have to say the community also, and then just like all of us, even if we have an off game, like, no one is ever mad at one of the players. We always are trying to lift each other up, and there was really just no bad blood on the team, and we were always just playing for each other, and it just made it so special.
I would say one of the things I'm going to remember the most is just running out onto the court at Redbird and just looking up at all of our fans. Like, it was full. The whole first, like, row was full. And just, like, having the biggest smile on my face, just, like, knowing that, like, in that moment, like, everybody was there for us, and it was just really special.
I'm for sure going to take this, like, this season's I'm never going to forget it. I've been playing with all these girls since playing with Allie and Alana since 5th grade, and the rest of us have been playing together since 2nd grade, and just being able to keep, like, a family with these girls and keeping in touch after, like, the seniors leave, like, that's going to be really important to me. And just all the friendships that this sport gives, like, not just for me but for everyone, like, other teams I know there have that family connection too. So just being able to connect with these girls through life will forever, like, stay in my heart.
I agree with the community support because that was amazing, and how well we all support each other. Like, it's always high fives and pats on the backs, which really mean a lot more than what they look like they mean.
You know, one thing I notice, a lot of times you have a love-hate relationship with your coaches, other than the fact your father. I think you guys had a love-love relationship with your coaches. I never knew of anything where you didn't have that feeling with your coaches. So talk about Coach McVickers and what he means to you guys.
He's amazing. The amount of hours that he puts into the game of basketball, like, I can't even count how many hours he puts into film, to practices, and I don't even know. But the way he, like, presents himself to us is like a father figure. Like, he doesn't only just care about basketball to us, he also cares about, like, what we're doing and how we, like, I don't know. On our last game, he was like, if you guys ever need anything, let me know. I'll even, like, approve your husband or something like that. Like, he just cares so much about us, and he's definitely, like, another father to all of us.
Yeah, he's one in a million. He's amazing. I was just so thankful to have him all 4 years and to be able to be with him and have him in our school. You can just tell he cares so much about us, and I mean, yeah, like Allison said, he's like another father figure. He cares so much, and he's amazing, and always has the best attitude, always positive, always lifting us up and doing the best he can, and we appreciate him so much, and he's amazing.
McVick has, from the beginning of the season, I didn't play last year, and I always knew he was passionate about basketball, but I didn't realize how passionate he was. Because, I mean, he's my driver's ed teacher, and even whenever I'm driving and he's in the car, he's just constantly talking about basketball, about the next game, and he's just someone who really loves basketball, and, I mean, I feel like it shows, and that's one of the things. I remember my grandma, she came to the games, and the first thing she said was like, your coach is just very into the game all the time. And there was one game he was like kind of sick. I think it might have been the Riverton tournament. And she was like, is he okay? Like, he's not like cheering as much. And so I just think it's something that's like really noticed by everybody, that he just really loves it and loves coaching us.
Yeah, for sure. He's an amazing coach. He's very caring. Like, after every game, he'll be like, how you feeling? How you feel? Because, like, I can't bounce back after the games like I once was able to. How you feeling? Like, are you good? Like, what do we need to do? Also, after the Clinton game, you know, I was really down on myself, so I went and talked to him. Boosted my morale a little bit, made me feel better. Like, something we can work on. And, like, yeah, like Olivia said, it's the community notices it. We had the bales painted, Let's Go Toppers, and there was one little bale on there that said, keep calm, coach. So I thought that was pretty funny. And, you know, he's just an amazing coach, amazing person, and, you know, he's a very influential person for sure.
Yeah, McVick, as you watch her games, you can see that he's sprinting down that court faster than us girls are. He's jumping, he's being crazy. So big shout out to Lindsay McVickers, his wife, that has to deal with him during basketball season, because I know he's always busy. So Lindsay, thank you for everything you do for McVick. And I got a really funny story from McVick, of McVick. So at the Litchfield game, he was arguing with the ref, and I know me and Elena, we looked at him, we're like, McVick, you gotta stop, and he did it. So we full on grabbed him by his arms and like shoved him in the back of the huddle, because we were like, we're not getting a tea right now because we're tied. So like we had to shut him up, and I thought that was hilarious.
McVick is great, and I think the way that he shows his support and lets us all know that he will support us no matter what really helps us with like our bond with each other.
So I'm guessing he's the one that coined the phrase "bring the energy."
Yes.
Because there is no doubt that he brings the energy on that sideline. The first game I ever went to, I said, oh, he wore me out just watching him up and down the sideline. But that really gives you guys also energy to play, because you play for him, you match his energy, and I know he brings that, and that is so important and valuable to you guys. So big shout out there. I know we're out of time, but I do want to also mention that you guys have set a new school record for wins with 33 wins in a season. So you are that is history right now. You've made history in many ways, but that is going to be a hard record to beat. So congratulations on the 33 wins, and we didn't quite get the undefeated season, but by golly, look what you guys did. What a great accomplishment. Second in state, Class 1A, 2026. Jake, anything else that you want to say here?
No, I mean, these girls were unbelievable, and thank you for taking us on the run. I mean, you know, second place, everybody says, oh, we got second. It was unbelievable, and it was so much fun as a fan. My niece is on the team, and that was pretty special to me, because the last two times you guys have taken us to state, I had a niece on both teams, so it was pretty awesome, special for me in that way. But you guys' energy was awesome. I mean, that step back three you hit at the end of at the end of regulation, in that play-in game. It was me and actually a couple DMAC fans were standing there, and we were giving each other fives. We were all just like, this is amazing. And then we go into overtime, and then you guys' wheels just took over, and the other team lost them, which was awesome. You know, we had just it was a fantastic run. I mean, it was great.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure.
No, we had a great show. Thank you guys for coming out. Hope we can talk to you again in the future, and we'll keep this going, right? Maybe another run next year.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
Best of luck, you guys. Thanks. Good luck to you.
And thanks for turning in Cheap Seats. We'll see you next. Good day.
This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.